Well, as it turns out, it really is all worth it in the end. All the effort, all the toil, all the hard work, the perseverance, it is all worth it in the end. And I say that not because I'm at the end of my life or I'm at the end of my journey. And to be honest, I'm not even at the beginning of the end, but I am at the end of the beginning. And I say that because this journey of mine, when I say journey, I just mean journey of self-development, self-discovery, just building. I've been on this journey for around 2.5 years now. And it's just been so rewarding looking back, honestly. And how it's gone really is that I started initially wanting to achieve this big external outcome. I wanted to make as much money as possible so I could, I thought to myself back then, just go where I want to in the world and give back to my loved ones and so on. But what my journey was instead of it being a journey of building huge, massive success really quickly, instead it was a journey inward. It was a journey of self-discovery. And many people would consider this a waste of their time. They would look back and say their time was wasted because in my case, what I really wanted in the beginning was to build a huge business that would make, ideally by now, my whole idea was, I don't know, just thousands and thousands per month. And yet I've not done that at all. Instead, my journey has kind of been similar to Lightning McQueen's from Cars or Santiago's from the book The Alchemist, if you've ever read that book, which is a very popular book. And I say that because in Cars, and obviously it's a children's movie, but the whole message, the whole transformation, the lesson, the moral of the whole story is actually very impactful and deep and meaningful, which is why I've come to love that movie even more, even though it was my childhood movie. But either way, the point is, in the beginning, Lightning McQueen, all he wants is to win the Piston Cup. It's a trophy, little piece of, as he said later on, an empty cup. He said something along those lines when he became wiser and he realized what it really was. But in the beginning, that's all he wanted. He just wanted to win and be the best. And then after his entire journey, eventually in the end, when it came to the final race, he slammed on the brakes. And by the way, it was Russell Brunson and Alex Hormozi, two great entrepreneurs who made me realize this lesson initially, that there was this moral in this story. In the end, he slams his brakes and sacrifices winning the cup, the trophy, to instead help the king. So the king is a car, another car that's in the race, and he crashes. And Lightning McQueen helps this other car that's crashed cross the line so that he doesn't have to retire or something along those lines. So he doesn't end up a wreck, basically, not finishing the race, not crossing the line. And this moment, what this tells us is that Lightning McQueen has finished his journey of transformation. Maybe he's not achieved what he wanted all along, but he has fundamentally become someone. Maybe he hasn't achieved what he originally wanted, but he became something even more. And so this has also happened in my journey. And it's not really what I achieved or what I now have that really matters, it's who I became. And this whole entire time when I thought I was building a big successful business, what I was really building was myself. And in the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, if you would not like me to spoil this book for any reason, just skip ahead by 30 seconds. I've said this before in another video. But in the end, the boy, after setting out on a long journey to find treasure all the way in Africa, I think it was, he eventually realizes and finds out that the treasure was back exactly where he started, all along, all the way back in his farm or his cottage in Spain, I think it was. And this, once again, I think what the meaning here, the moral is that if we want to achieve something incredible and if we want to find our treasure, the answers to our questions, well, that treasure, those answers, they aren't out there in the world somewhere, they are within us. And the first step, therefore, is to look within. And that's why my journey has been so meaningful and so rewarding, because it's been a journey of self-discovery, of peeling away the layers to my true self and getting to my true self and learning who I truly am. And now, although I haven't built and achieved this massive success as I had originally planned, I've built a foundation for an even more meaningful life. Because at this point, I don't even care about chasing that success anymore. What I really care about is the present moment and building something meaningful and doing something meaningful now and letting the success come as a byproduct. I'm no longer chasing the success because I don't care for that. I actually love what I do now instead. And so I'm just focusing on what I do and on making it great and improving every single day and building something meaningful. And I know that that success, it will come. And even if it doesn't, so be it. But either way, I know it will. So all that to say, just keep going. And if you'd like, maybe a head start, if you can learn anything from my journey, because I believe that we all have something to learn from each other. Trust me, look within. Start there. The answers to your questions are not out there somewhere. They are within you. And that is what you do truly have control over. Looking within and focusing on your thoughts, your actions, these things, those are the things that are in your control. But for anything that's not in your control, then just let go. Just let it happen. Because I have a saying that everything happens for a reason if only you give it one. So everything that's happened in my journey, once again, I could see this as a waste of time. But really, I believe that all of this happened for a reason. And the reason I believe that is because I gave it one. I gave it a reason. And to be honest, it wasn't too hard for me, thankfully, to give it this reason. It didn't take me, once I really kind of got to the stage that I'm at now, looking back on my journey, I no longer looked back in regret or anything, because I realized that all that hard work, once again, like I told you before, I was building myself. I thought I was building this big, huge building, but I was building the foundation. And I was waiting for this big tree to grow as well in my life, but really, I was growing my roots. And now I have strong roots and a strong foundation, and I know that I'm ready for the meaningful life that is coming to me. And there is also a meaningful life coming to you, if only you go and you do everything that you truly want to do. So, with that, as always, I wish you all the best. Go out there and do incredible things, because I believe in you. Until next time, be mega. Ciao.